Hi everyone, today we are doing a pop art acrylic tutorial of sorts. Today I'm going to show you guys how we take pictures like this and make them into fun paintings. This is very beginner friendly. Lily doesn't have like a whole lot of painting experience, but we've done this before for like a fun like wine and paint night and she did really well. So I'm going to show you guys how we take her pictures of her animals and make them into art like this. These are the first ones we did. These are her two cats, and then this is her mom's cat, and then this one is her dog. So yeah. So after you pick your photos, you'll go to this website, IMG Online. What it does is it can reduce your images to the amount of colors that you want. Typically, to get the pop art type look, I try not to do more than 5. For these I did 3, and for the one of Lily's dog I did 4. Now, it's very important which pictures you choose because when the site reduces the colors, it can take out a lot of details, so try and pick a picture that has a lot of contrast, so a lot of lights and darks. So this first picture of Lily's mom's cat, because she has so many colors to her, I didn't have to do too much. And after I reduced her picture to 3 colors, I just played with some of the photo editing tools in the Photos app, and her picture ended up looking like this. I also changed it to black and white. Now, for a harder picture, because I know not a lot of animals are multicolored, this is one of Lily's cat, and she is all black. And I reduced her photo down to 3 colors, but I did have to adjust a lot of settings in the Photos app just to get her picture to look like this. Now, when you're done with that, you're going to print these out. Okay, so now I'm going to explain how to get from a blank canvas to this. I did prep these canvases before just to save a little time. But so what you do when you print out your picture is you get a graphite sheet, or this is how I do it, and it looks like this. I got these from Michael's, I think. And the way that these work is that you lay the graphite part down onto the canvas, and you put your sheet over it, and then you take your pencil and you draw, and it'll transfer from what it feels on the back onto your canvas. So I can show you not on this canvas, but on the back of this sheet. So see that there's nothing there when you lay that in between it. And if you do this, that's artistic, it transfers over. So you do that to transfer this picture onto here. And that's it. And the next thing that you're going to do is pick the colors that you want to use to paint. For this, you can really choose whatever you think will look good and play around with your options. These don't have to be true to color unless you really want them to be. So here's a little color wheel in color theory. This is the color wheel. The primaries are red, blue, and yellow. Secondaries are orange, green, and purple. Then the tertiaries are in between those. What we chose to do is use complementary colors, so colors that are across from each other on the color wheel. I used blues and orange, and Lily used greens with darker pinks, so kind of reddish. With them being across from each other, it really makes the colors pop, so pop art. You get it? And if you look at this other one that Lily painted, she chose a monochromatic color palette of green. So she made her greens 3 different tones, but there's still enough contrast in the 3 that she was still able to make the painting pop. And that's cool. And then if you look at the other one that I painted, I used yellow, orange, and red, which are 3 colors next to each other on the color wheel. And I was able to create enough contrast with them to make the colors still pop as well. So if you're unsure which colors to use, just break out your color wheel and look at what's next to and across or however, and you can come up with a really cool color palette. And how fun is that? So for these ones, Lily chose complementary-ish colors, so opposites on the color wheel, and I chose Syracuse-ish colors because Lily's mom really likes Syracuse. But you can get really creative with it, and how fun is that? Once you choose your colors, you can start painting. If you want to be extra prepared, you can mark which areas are going to be which colors so you don't get confused, or you can just wing it, and that is totally up to you. right, everybody, we are all done. This took like 12 hours. This was a lot, but we had fun, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. If you guys want to do something like this with your friends or family or whoever, follow along with the tutorial. And yeah. All right, everybody. If you like this video, like and subscribe. The links to all our social medias are down below. And if you want to see more painting videos, come back every Tuesday and Thursday because we post twice. All right. We will see you guys in the next one, okay? Bye.
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Do I say paint and sip?
No.
Okay. Off the table. Off the table. Batman. Hi, everyone. Do a screen recording of how I make